Hi, so this morning I wanted to do an angel reading, and so I pulled my angel guide deck, and I was really just sort of asking, like with everything just being so kind of crazy these days and up in the air, and there's so much going on, and it feels crazy. Like there's been a lot of really intense energy lately that I know in my house it's been just this sort of upheaval, and it's like, what the heck? And so I was just kind of asking, like, what do we need to do? How do we need to be when everything just seems to be this like hot mess around us? And so I kind of laughed with the first card being composure. And so when it comes to composure, the reality is that we cannot maintain any sense of composure if we are not properly taking care of ourselves. If we are not taking the time to rest, if we're not taking the time to go within, if we're not taking the time to just take a breath, we're not going to have that ability to be composed. When we're caught up in emotion, when we're caught up in the intensity of things, and we're not taking that deep breath, there's no way that we can face things with any level of composure. And so, in order for us to feel this sense of composure, this sense of a deep breath, we need to take care of ourselves mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, energetically. Be curious and explore, like, what are the boundaries that I need right now? What are the things that I need in this moment, in this space, to feel composed? And so ask yourself those questions. Sit down with a journal, noodle it out. What do I need, in this space, in that space, and, whatever. What do I need to take proper care of myself so that I can sit in this space of composure? And so the next card, it says do the work. But when I was really looking at this card, it really made me think of being a light. I thought of, so the imagery made me think of a lighthouse in a storm. And so when we have that space of composure, when we have properly cared for ourselves, no matter what the storm looks like, we can be that light. We can be that guiding light for someone else. So maybe it's just being composed in your own home and being able to be that calm presence when, a family member is freaking out. You're able to be that space of love and compassion in their upheaval, And so then by doing the work, by being that light, you can help bring that other person into that space of composure to help them see, what do you need in your self-care? What do you need in this moment to calm down, to take that deep breath and say, okay, I got this, And so when we are properly caring for ourselves, then we can do the work. Then we can be that light in someone else's storm. So the last one is take charge and action. And this is really about owning yourself. When I sat with this one, it's about owning yourself. Again, owning your self-care, owning your ability to be in that place of composure, to be able to take that step back when you need to take that step back. And in doing so, you're able to make decisions and move forward in a new way. So when you have that composure, when you allow yourself to be that lighthouse in the storm, then you can take action in a way that is positive movement, that makes positive movement, that takes you forward in that new way, in love, And so when you are facing just the chaos, we're all facing it. We all face it at different times. We all face it in different ways. But when the chaos is there, let's step into our composure. Let us take care of ourselves. And that's part of this too, is really taking action to care for yourself in a way that allows you to remain composed. And then being that light for others, being that light within your own home, within your workplace, within the world, wherever you're at, whatever your world or your realm of influence is, you can be that light. So let us take charge and action within our own lives, within our own hearts, to say, this is the care that I need for me, so that we can be in that composed place, so that we can be that breath of fresh air, and then we can be that light for others and that guiding post, so that they can see, you know what, it doesn't matter how crazy it is. Take a deep breath. How can we look differently at this? How can we move forward in a different way? You know, how can we rest? How can we, whatever it is. But in that space of taking charge and ownership within ourselves, taking that breath, being composed, being that light for others, you know, that's where we have influence. That's where we're powerful. And that is, you know, really bringing that angelic energy into our lives, into our realm, into our influence, you know. So let's take care of ourselves today amidst the chaos. Let us find our composure and let us be the light, because we are meant to shine.